What's up guys, welcome back to the London car scene and welcome back to the A45. And first of all, let's just say that magic number 1,000 subscribers, we're finally there. I would never imagine getting to that number when I first started this channel. I started this channel as a bit of fun. I had a lot of spare time when I started this channel back in 2015, I think it was, end of 2014, start of 2015. I had a lot of spare time at the time. I knew there was a lot of supercars and a lot of nice cars in London, so I thought I'll go down into London, I'll start filming these cars and upload it onto YouTube. At the time, I had the new VXR. I think in one of my very first videos you can see me driving it, and within like the second video I sold that VXR, and I got the VXR Nürburgring edition, which I had previously, which was stolen. I brought a new one, and I got a lot of views on that video, so then I started doing videos like this talking about cars and stuff, and from there I've just got more and more subscribers. So first 1,000 subscribers, it's been a long and tough task, but I've enjoyed every second of doing these videos and uploading them. So yeah, I just want to carry on doing it, keep doing more, and see how the channel progresses over the next couple of years. And whatever happens is a bonus, and I'm enjoying it while I'm doing it. So you might have noticed that I didn't upload for a while, and there's a reason for that. I had an issue with the car, which I'll describe in this video. So this is a part 2 of the video about what to look out for before buying I nearly said a VXR, but it's an A45. So yeah, before buying an A45. So yeah, things to know, things to look out for. So without further ado, let's get started with the video. Let's talk about what happened, why I haven't uploaded for a couple of weeks, and yeah, it's just something to look out for on this car, basically, if it ever happens to you, or if you ever buy one, you have this issue. It's a difficult issue to work out, but yeah, I'll explain all after this, so let's get started. So, shortly after mapping my car, I started to have a little issue with it. I put my foot down, and there's a guy here braking in the middle of the road for no reason. Yeah, so I put my foot down, and my car was suddenly jolt. You know, like if you're driving manual and you red line it and you don't change gear, and it does that thing where you jolt forwards. My car kept doing that at about 2,500 revs. No engine management light on the dashboard, no error codes. Took it to the garage, they were like, oh, it's due a service in about a month. Might be spark plugs, because the spark plugs are due on that service. So I was like, right, let's get it serviced now, and we'll do the spark plugs and see what the issue is, and see if it is due to the spark plugs, because they're coming up in the next service. So I took the spark plugs out. 3 of them were fine, and the 4th one had no gap between the electrode and where the spark is produced. So they were like, it's a bit worrying, because that's in the engine. How did that happen? Either someone dropped it before they put it in, someone dropped it into the block, or something's hitting it in the engine. And if something's hitting it in the engine, you know something's seriously wrong. Chances are you're going to need an engine rebuild. So they had a look at the engine, they couldn't see anything wrong. Put new spark plugs in it, and then within a week I took it back, and they took it back out and had a look at it again. Nothing was wrong with the spark plug. So that meant that nothing was wrong with that plug, although my car ran fine for about a week, and then it started doing the same issue again, where accelerating and it would suddenly jolt at about 2,500 revs. So I now needed to work out why my car was doing this, and so I now needed to work out why my car was doing this. So again, no warning light on the dashboard. We changed the obvious thing that it could have been, which was the spark plugs. So I then had to go and do a bit of my own research. I went online, went on the forums and looked to see if anyone else had these issues. And it turns out this is a common issue in the A45. Well, I didn't know about this, but apparently where the crankshaft sensor is, it's exposed to the elements. So when it starts to get hot, because it's right next to the engine, and it's on the underneath bit of the engine, sort of on the side but at the bottom, it's exposed to the elements. So it's one of the parts that starts to get worn down a lot quicker than the rest of the car. So a lot of people said they had the same problem. A few people said they changed it and they still had the same issue. And because I didn't have any error code or any problems on the dashboard, it was a process of elimination. So crankshaft sensor was the next thing that came up, the next issue or the next possibility that it could be. So I went to Mercedes and I brought a crankshaft sensor. Luckily it's not the most expensive sensor in the world. Considering it is from Mercedes, I was expecting to pay £100 upwards. Luckily it was only 50 quid, so 50 quid for a sensor is not too bad considering the brand. And I took it to one of my mates who's a mechanic, and he changed it over for me. And straight away I noticed the difference. The car is pulling a lot more, it's a lot more responsive. Not only that, but the issue went away as well. So my advice to you is, if you're buying one of these cars, or if you have this issue, and it's, so for buying, for example, test drive it, take it out and test drive, take it onto a carriageway where you can test drive it properly, put your foot down a little bit. You don't have to put it down too much, but it doesn't happen all the time. So I would say at least take it, I don't know, 1 time out of 4 times it would happen, but other times it wouldn't. Obviously it was on the way out. Other people have reported that it will go into limp mode when it starts to get too excessive wear on the sensor. So if it's early days, then it will happen like 1 time out of 4. So that's what was happening to me. It's quite annoying when the dashboard doesn't tell you what the issue is. But yeah, that's the issue. So take it on the carriageway 3 or 4 times up and down, and just see. So 3 or 4 times up and down the carriageway, just see if anything goes into limp mode, if it has any problems, and then yeah, go from there. If it does, get the garage to fix it. They won't be able to find out what it is. Mercedes should be able to tell you, but a lot of the garages don't know. Some of them do know because they've seen the issue before, but a lot of them won't know. So when I spoke to my local dealer, they didn't have a clue. Spoke to my local Mercedes specialist, they couldn't find the issue. They thought it was the spark plugs. When they took it out for a test drive, first time it didn't show up. I took it in for another issue originally. I took it in for a coolant thermostat needed to be changed. But also I said to them about this issue when they took it for a test drive before changing the coolant temperature sensor, whatever thingy, thermostat. They couldn't see the issue. After they changed the thermostat and they retook it out for a test drive, they felt it. So that's when they recommended changing the spark plugs, which they did, which seemed to temporarily fix the issue. But then again, it re-showed itself a couple of weeks down the line again. So yeah, it didn't fix it for too long. So I don't know how that works when it was, I guess, I don't know. How does changing the spark plugs affect the crankshaft sensor? I don't know. But yeah, just make sure if it's happening to you, you get the right sensor, because there's a crankshaft sensor and there's a camshaft sensor. So make sure you get the crankshaft sensor, because it's the crankshaft sensor. It's to do with the timing of the engine, I think it is. So yeah, make sure you get the right sensors around the right way. But other than that, the car is flawless. It is perfect, and I can't wait to do more content on the car. So now that it's absolutely perfect, I want to get it down on a dyno, and I want to see what power it's actually pushing out, and yeah, progress from there, get it up to the next level of power. I said I want to get to 500. I did have a little loss of love for it when I was having the issues, and I kept looking at RS3s. What do you think about RS3s? Let me know in the comment below if I should get one or not, or do you think I should stick with the A45? I'm thinking stick with the A45 for now, and yeah, stick with the A45 for now, and do what I said I'm going to do with it, and just progress and get it up to a nice power, and maybe in a year then possibly I'll change to the RS3. But there might be another car that comes up before then. I'm so undecided on cars. I think I'm just going to stick with what I have at the moment. But let me know your thoughts below. Or let me know what you think I should do to the A45, in fact. Yeah, let me know either RS3 or do I go to the next stage with the A45. Guys, thank you for watching. Give this video a thumbs up. Thank you for subscribing. Can't believe I'm at 1,000 subscribers now, and thank you to every single one of you who watch my videos. Stay tuned for plenty more videos on the A45, and if I change it in the future, or if I keep progressing with modifications on the A45. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.
God lost my soul.